The People's Democratic Party has had to deal with a protracted division within their ranks, a division worsened by the pre- and post-2023 presidential election issues, and now a new twist is emerging. The Southeast caucus of the PDP are somewhat divided, and the only PDP-controlled state in the zone could well be on their way to another political party. The rumor is strong that the APC is the destination as the build-up to the 2027 general elections inches closer. Can the PDP redeem herself this time, or has a lot of water gone under the political bridge? This is the Eastern Eye. I'm Alex Obodo. Welcome to the Eastern Eye, a program that x-rays the political, social, and economic developments around us. Joining me tonight is Honorable Dr. Nick Ozonsi. He's a public affairs analyst and former local government chairman here in the local government, Enugu State. Thank you so much for joining me tonight
thank you,
on
Alex.
the Eastern Eye. The PDP, a lot seems to be happening. If there is no disagreement among governors, there is now their governors are defecting to the APC, but let's get to the first one. They have set up a convention committee, and they have some state governors who are heading various positions. You have Ademola Adeleke is there. Peter Mbah of Enugu State is supposed to be secretary of the National Convention Committee, but it doesn't look like Enugu State governor has accepted that role within the PDP. Where does this leave the calculation that he wants to leave the party? Is this such a truism about him being on his way out of the party?
Well, the first thing is to give somebody an assignment, and the second is for the person to refuse the assignment. I think from all indication, no major assignment concerning the convention have been assigned to the governor so far. And if there is any, he has not come out to say he's not interested. But from the look of things, I don't think there is any responsibility that the PDP has given to him. And this may not be unconnected with the heavy rumor of the defection from PDP to APC or any other party. And secondly also, it is conspicuous. The absence of the governor in most of the PDP recent meetings is highly conspicuous. So this may be part of the reasons why perhaps no major assignments have been given to him. But like I said some times ago, you cannot begin to judge a man from rumors or from speculations. You judge a man from what you have at hand. As far as I'm concerned, the governor of Enugu State is still in PDP, and the PDP need to carry him along in anything they are doing until when he says he's no more a member of the PDP. It's only then that we cannot say yes. Whatever thing that the PDP national is doing without involving the governor is justified. So there are a lot of people whose such rumors are also on their head. So not only governor, Adeleke had wanted to defect to APC at a point. He didn't move to APC, and he still remained with the PDP, even though he made it categorically clear that he will work for the president, just like our brother in the South, Nyesom Wike, also said, we know he's a PDP man, but he has told us that he wants to work for a man who is actually working. So, for not assigning any responsibility to the governor, I think it is the fault of, I wouldn't say it is a fault, but I would say that it is, it's not ideal. They should have assigned him an assignment and let him say, no, I am about leaving your party, and then I cannot take up the assignment. So, judging him by speculation or by rumors, for now, is not ideal.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but if the news we see is anything to go by, the convention committee will be inaugurated on Tuesday. Recall that the party announced that it will inaugurate its convention committee on September 2nd. That's on Tuesday. It was from the National Publicity Secretary, Debo Ologunagba, of course, following the approval of the party's National Executive Committee on those who will serve in the 110-member committee, will be chaired by Adamawa State Governor Amadu Fintiri. Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke is the vice chairman. Enugu State Governor has been named the secretary. So
the current governor or the former governor? Is Enugu State Governor?
Come on. Come on.
Please.
So, okay, all right. So we don't get ahead of ourselves. Enugu State Governor Peter Mba has been named the secretary. We don't have two governors in Enugu State.
Good.
I said Enugu State Governor. We don't have two governors in Enugu State.
Because you are saying that he didn't accept the responsibility and what.
Okay, so now
he has not denied it.
Fine. So we'll wait until Tuesday. So if he doesn't show up for that inauguration, what would that mean?
Well, there are a lot of things could be the reason why he may not show up. Health reason could make somebody not to show up. Intention to defect could be enough reason. And being indisposed also for one reason or the other could be enough reason why he may not be there. But if he fails to appear, 1,000 minutes will be given to his reason for not taking up that responsibility as the secretary of the convention committee. So by Wednesday morning, we'll get back to this studio and we'll analyze what happened and how it happened.
What happened and how it happened. Now, there is also talks. Different things seem to be rearing its head in the PDP. Some say they will support. Okay, I took on this yesterday on the program, but I need to take it up with you because I had expected we would do that. Abba Patrick Moro is a senator of the Federal Republic from Benue State. He said that the choice of Atiku in 2023 by the PDP, that they erred by choosing Atiku. And because we're discussing the PDP, I needed to raise it with you. I raised it with my guest yesterday on the program. So was it a mistake or was it a situation where they couldn't do anything about it? Was it that the PDP was helpless in 2023, not that they made a mistake?
It was a grievous mistake. And of course, what I would call an ineptitude in PDP administration, whereby the chairman of the party is from the north, the presidential candidate is from the north, and that is why in that period, the G5 governors continue to shout. It seems as if maybe they are working against the PDP, but they are saying that the PDP cannot retain both the presidential candidates and, of course, the chairman of the party in the north. So that is why, if you see a lot of media now, people are saying, yes, Nyesom Wike and the G5 governors have, from what they were demanding in the past, that people have seen that at least their demands are justified now that the PDP has moved the presidential candidate to the south and then to retain the PDP chairmanship to the north. So they've been exonerated. Abba Maro knows what it is, because PDP, if they have done the right thing, which the G5 governors demanded by 2023 or thereabout, I mean, PDP would have lost that election. But somebody who felt that without him, nobody can come up. The Atiku Abubakar insisted, using his influence. And of course, you see even what happened to show that the thing actually needed to go south when he contested with Wike. So if not because of the governor of Sokoto State, Tambuwal, and his group that denied Wike at the almost end of the convention, Wike has already said true. So based on that, they did their brotherhood thing, and then Atiku took over. And not only that, Atiku, by his conscience, you know that this thing should come to the south. But what Atiku tried to lay hand on is that if it's coming to the south, let it come to the southeast. But they did not specify it when they were saying south. Eventually, our brother was one of the members of the, I think either the secretary or leader,
He was chairman.
He was chairman of that committee that said, one, let it be thrown open, and two, let it be free for all fight. And that was why Atiku now hinged on it and then went for the contest.
So would you say that that committee showed courage by saying it should be a free-for-all fight? Because their constitution, what the PDP had implemented right from onset was a zoning of north-south zoning of
Alex, let me help
office.
you. Let me help you. This north and south or east or west is what we call a gentleman's agreement. There was nowhere it was specified in Constitution that it should be moved from north to south, from south to north. But within each political party, they have this understanding that if he goes to the north after 8 years, he goes to the south after another 8 years, and vice versa. So that was what happened. It's not a constitutional thing.
Yeah, it's not
Because
a constitution.
if it is constitutional, then it may not be, how do I put it? It's not more democracy. A democracy is open to all. But if they have the gentleman agreement, they should have obeyed that gentleman agreement by Atiku stepping down, allowing somebody from the south to take over.
So at the end of the day, because what you've explained, I'm looking at it again, because both the APC currently is implementing, yes, it's not in their constitution, but are respecting north-south
and east-west
zoning of the presidential seat.
Okay.
But they don't have it. But yeah, rotation. But they don't have it in their constitution.
That's why I said that gentleman's agreement.
Yes, it's a gentleman's agreement, but at least the APC, they've managed now to make use of that for 2 consecutive elections.
Okay.
So why is it difficult for the PDP to stick with the principle they brought into creation?
Each political party has tenets, or what I call a rule of their governance in terms of this rotation. So APC may be saying this gentleman agreement must stand, and the PDP may be somewhere saying this gentleman agreement may not stand, or give 1 or 2 reasons. But to make Nigeria a better place for all, there should be a rotational presidency by each of the political parties, and this will go ahead also to reduce a lot of fightings between the north or the south, or between the intra-party squabbles. So if they narrow it to a particular zone of the country, it will reduce cost of election. It will reduce, internal squabbles, and of course, it will enable everybody to have a sense of belonging. So I think if they should obey, if it is to the north, let it be all the political parties bring from the north. If it's to the south, let all the political parties on the south bring somebody. That would be better.
All right, so let's talk about Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed,
okay,
who's been saying that himself and Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde will be a good team. He called it a perfect match if on a joint ticket, if the People's Democratic Party fields them in the 2027 presidential election.
Yes.
Why do you think he's saying this?
No, the same Bala Mohammed said that he will not contest anything in 2027. So I don't know whether he's contradicting himself, because I didn't know what to do. The same Bala, but Seyi Makinde is a man who is sitting like a gun with a barrel, that whichever way he favors him, he can dive in there. But I know that Bala Mohammed is a man of integrity, and I've worked with him. I think he may not be contesting anything, but for saying sake, he may say that if they pair him and Seyi Makinde, they will do very well. Makinde is waiting. If you give me, he grab you like a lion.
After all, the popular opinion is that power should remain in the South.
Yes.
So, but he's arguing that the party must present a Christian from the South as its presidential candidate with a Muslim from the North.
In APC.
Just a minute. To reflect Nigeria's diversity and avoid the controversy of a Muslim-Muslim ticket. Not in the APC. I'm talking about the PDP. That's what Bala Mohammed, I'm just continuing what he said.
Okay.
His argument is that the party must present a Christian from the
Which
south.
party is that?
The PDP. I'm still talking about Bala Mohammed.
How can the PDP present a Christian from the south when Southerners are already jostling to contest the presidential election? What we should be talking about is who will be the deputy from the north. If you get the gist very well.
He's already telling you that he can be that man. That's what he's saying.
That's the president or the vice?
No, of course, the vice president. He's already told you.
He cannot be, I mean, is it Bala you are talking?
Yes, I'm talking about Bala Mohammed.
Yes, what he's saying is right. Bala could be a vice president. Any other person from the north could be a vice president, provided there is a harmony and then understanding in each political party. Or like where APC, that is why APC is like they are divided in terms of Muslim ticket. So, and I think they are planning, I don't know, from what we are gathering in social media, that they are planning to make amend by picking a Christian deputy to pair him with the current president. So, but PDP, I think PDP will not make that kind of mistake. Once a Southerner comes from, becomes the president, automatically they will pick a Northerner, a Muslim. And that is how the show should be balanced, to give everybody, all section of the country, a sense of belonging.
So at the end of the day, that's the submission there. But if that comes to fruition, that's what people are saying, that the APC or President Bola Tinubu might pick a different candidate other than Kashim Shettima. How do you think that will that their fortunes or voting fortunes will fare in the northeast?
What really happened is that people normally say that one good one deserves another. You remember when in Enugu State, let me use for an example, when Sondo Nyebuchi was removed because he was rearing chicken.
Chicken and pig fat.
Yeah, so if you have a good working relationship with your boss, nothing stops him from bringing you back. Even if Shettima, would be removed because they need a Muslim Christian ticket, it should be an understanding between him and the president and the entire caucus of APC, and they will agree that this is what we want. We want to balance these equations to ensure that the Christians in the north, pair with a Muslim in the south. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, but not like doing it like they did the Enugu State own, forcing somebody out for just a mere no reason. So if Shettima is to be removed, they should sit down on the table. Where next will we send this man who never committed any offense? But if he has committed any offense against the president and the caucus of APC have right to, push him aside. But if the man has not committed any crime just because he's a Muslim, they should find a place for him. They should discuss with him and even ask him, get a Christian. Let it be that the person is from you. They can do that to pacify him and ensure that there's no bickering, in within their political party.
All right, so back to the PDP. Do you have a sense that maybe there is some kind of power tussle behind the scenes? They've zoned their presidency to the south. But you also know that there are people who, when they say this won't happen, it doesn't seem to happen in the PDP. You know what I'm talking about, Honorable Dr. Ozonsi. Let's take a look at it. It's as simple as saying it will go south. Which part of south? That is south, and southeast. And southwest.
I am coming here. PDP has not, in their constitution, specified when it comes to the south, which side of south it should go. But like we said, there are common sensitive, there should be common understanding that if this thing is coming to the south, the south, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan has tested the seat. The southwest, the current president is from there. Olusegun Obasanjo is from there. The only section of the country who have never tested this position is the southeast. So any credible candidate from the southeast should be given the opportunity. This one is not the issue of the whole world is watching. The whole Nigeria is watching how it's going to play out. There's the way it will play out, and then the PDP could be disappointed if the wrong thing is being done. assuming from the top echelon and they do a wrong thing in terms of that zoning, you see a lot of people will turn back on PDP and say, okay, to attend to Israel. So the right thing is that the Saudis should be given this singular opportunity. Since 1970 that the war ended, which they said no victor, no vanquish. The Southeast have been sidelined in terms of leading the country. So I am appealing that both the PDP and when it's even another turn of APC, they should look inward and look to Southeast and see whether there is, in fact, to have credible men, but just we needed to give them support and chance. So the power that be should know that the whole world is watching both the power that be and power that has always been. Are you getting me?
Absolutely.
So PDP should give Southeast a chance to contest this election.
If they look towards the Southeast, who should they pick? Because one thing, just a minute, one thing is to say that, okay, the Southeast should be given a chance.
Okay.
If you are told to do a short list of 5 credible candidates who are within the PDP today, that the PDP can look at and say, okay, maybe you should throw your hat in the ring.
Well, Alex, I don't know maybe the kind of profile you're expecting. If I'm given chance in PDP in the Southeast, I could come in and then lead the country. If I'm given chance, I am qualified and more than qualified to be the president of this country. There are a lot of them. I'm not talking about those who have been there before now, like P2B, call him whoever. There are many people who are qualified in the Southeast. So do not count anybody without counting me first. No, I'm not joking. Yes. No, I am qualified and I am prepared to lead the country if I'm given the opportunity.
I mean, that's very understandable, yes. Honorable Dr.
So there are many of us.
You are a member of the PDP. You are qualified to contest.
Yes.
But you understand my question, really.
I still
beyond yourself,
okay.
You have given me just one name. I asked for at least 5, a short list of 5. Okay, aside from you, you are eminently qualified to vote and be voted for.
In PDP?
In the PDP, yes. Okay. Who else should be in that short list?
Well, we cannot shortlist anybody who have not pushing his head.
No, that's absolutely correct.
Are you getting? But
before the PDP zoned their presidency to the South, you never said, you've been coming to this program, you've never mentioned that you are interested in running. No, that only came out now that you will say, okay,
no, you were saying, whom are we looking at to contest in the South?
That's what we're saying.
Yes.
And my question was particular.
Okay.
In the Southeast PDP, who do you think the PDP can turn to for people who could possibly make the short list? My question is clear, Honorable Ozonsi.
There are many people that could lead this country. I don't know where you're putting your finger into my mouth.
No, I'm not. Come on, don't.
And it's just like that. If I mention you now, I cannot drag you to come and contest. It's people that are coming out.
I don't belong to the PDP. I don't belong to any political party.
There are people who are non-partisan, but they are qualified to lead this country. So why are you dodging? Are you getting me? So, but if any politician comes up to say he is interested in contesting, like Rotimichi Bikamechi from the South, you say he's interested. We are seeing him as someone who is interested. Yes, Onwike could come out and so he's interested. They're from South. So, I am coming.
Rotimichi said he's ready to contest in the ADC.
I'm coming. But you should be looking at how many people are coming out to contest the presidency against P2B, who led the Labour Party, which almost 90% of the South followed. There are many people that can come out, but until they make their intention known to the public, we cannot begin to say that this person can lead. But like I've made my own known, Nigeria they are saying me, and I say that I am qualified to be the president of this country if I'm elected, if I'm picked. Are you getting me? If we go for primaries and I win, what else are you looking for?
Is it also possible, Honorable Dr. Nick Ozonsi, that there will be no PDP in the Southeast by the end of the year? Because it's also, one thing is to say, but by that I mean no active. There will be no governor who is of the PDP with everything that is happening.
I want to throw a question back to you.
I only ask the questions here.
Anambra State have been operating APOGA without having a presidential candidate.
But they have a governor.
But has the apple died?
So how well has their presidential candidates won?
I am coming now.
How many votes have they generated?
I am coming.
In all those elections?
I am coming, Alex. You see, in Enugu State here, PDP can never die. There are strong foot soldiers of PDP, of which I'm one of them. PDP will never die. We have people who call the consigned PDP stakeholders in Enugu State. People who started this party from when the party started. And we are saying that PDP cannot die. If the president is from this state and he leaves, the party remains. If the governor decides to leave tomorrow, the party remains. He's living with himself and some of his executives and some of his supporters. That does not mean that PDP will die. You will only be saying, oh, there's no governor to be sponsoring the PDP. But I want to assure you, the PDP in 2027 will give a shock to a lot of people in the Southeast, especially in Enugu here.
You hit at something very, very key.
Yes.
And that you said there is no governor to be sponsoring the party in the state.
Yes.
So meaning that you understand that cliche here in Nigeria about having the political war chest. Very, very important. With which political war chest will the PDP be executing high-profile elections if they don't have any governor?
Peter Obi that contested the presidential election said he didn't know they give Ushishi. A presidential candidate means it doesn't spend recklessly. People garnered money from different, local government in different places, and they brought money together to run the Labour Party. The same way in Enugu State. If the governor leaves tomorrow, there are people who could, on their own, even if it's from their farm produce or from their business, gather money together and said, let's the party go on. So any party that's looking upon the leadership, the governor of the party, to be sponsoring party, that party has not started. Governor can be giving them support, but they should not rely wholly on the governor or some of the big notchers. If you say you're a party man, you must invest in the party. You don't begin to look at what will be given to you into the party. Put your widow's mite into it. The day it will blossom, you will not know. So people in PDP in Enugu State are still standing to say that PDP will never die.
I heard that loud and clear. We'll take a break. When we come back, I will ask you how the PDP members, the die-hard PDP members, what their plans are to actually maintain the party if and when, if the governor decides to leave. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Eastern Hour here on AfiaTV. It's a program that X-rays the political, social, and economic developments around us. My name is Alex Obodo. Still have here with me Honorable Dr. Nick Ozonsi. He's a PDP stalwart, and he's so defiant about the survival of the PDP. And just to quote him, the PDP will never die, especially in this state. How do you intend to keep the PDP, even if the governor decides to leave? This is an if. The decision hasn't been made.
Well, there's no game of the party of our previous strategies that have changed. Democracy is a government of the people by the people. You still continue to get in touch with the PDP loyalists all over the state. And those who decide to stay, fine. There must be remnants. There must be remnants. There's no, even if they use broom to sweep, if anything happened, there must be remnants. There must be people who will remember what the PDP has done for them. There are people who will remember what they have passed through in PDP. There are people that will remember that in one way or the other, through so administration, so thing through PDP has come to my ward or my local government. So such people still hold PDP to a very, very high esteem. And they are expecting that in PDP they will remain. And not only that, like we used to say, if you're a strong party man, you don't continue to look at what money they will give you either from the government or from anywhere. If you're a good government man, the little thing you have, the small grain of salt or small grain of sugar you have, you drop it at the table. If there is need, like transportation, like all these things, fine. Even though some people believe that the winner takes it all. It doesn't happen everywhere. Democracy in Nigeria is changing. It's not more a situation whereby somebody will give order and the whole vote will be taken from INEC. No, the game is changing. And the people should understand that it does not matter the political party where you are. Once you are popular and people have love for you, they will vote for you. I say times without number, there are a lot of people in the government, not just the governor. There are senators, there are members of House of Reps that are doing excellent, and of which if they come in through any other political parties, it does not mean, even if they remain in PDP or they come into PDP, they will still win. So there are what we call a personality, a favor in a politicking. So anything you are doing, you think that maybe when you run into one political party or the other, that's why it gets it or no. For any good work you have, that was why I stood in this studio and I said, if until going to Abuja to go and draw the shirts of those who are disturbing PDP in Enugu State, some of us who are the concerned PDP stakeholders in Enugu State, we do that to ensure that our governor does not decamp. I mean, those of us, who are we to hold the governor against his wish? But it is my wish that the governor remains to reap the fruits of his labor. Because who knows tomorrow and who knows what happens tomorrow? If he decamps another political party, fine and good. His name is still inside him, but his badge will now be bearing a different political party, of which some of his core followers might begin to have a rethink. So I'm of the opinion that whoever is in PDP in Enugu State, don't go anywhere. Let's watch what tomorrow will bring to PDP in Enugu State. Let's hold ourselves like people that are crossing a storm, or people that are crossing over a deep river. When you hold your hands together, you cross a river, fine. But if you go alone, the river will sweep you away.
Honorable Dr. Nico Ozonsi, this must be a very trying moment for the PDP, especially in Enugu State. There is uncertainty. And I'm not just talking about Enugu State. I'm talking about also the Southeast. Because this is just the last straw that the PDP are holding on to in the Southeast. If it drops, what would that be? Would that mark really an end of an era for
Alex,
the PDP?
withdraw that comment.
Because,
I'm optimistic.
Yeah, I mean, you are the one that will say you are.
Yes.
Yeah, my duty is to ask a question.
I'm optimistic that PDP will prevail at the end of the day. I'm optimistic that that thing that people are looking at that will happen, it will not happen. I'm optimistic that some people will say if they had known, if they run out of PDP, they will say if they had known, they wouldn't have left PDP.
You think that will be the case?
I am telling you that if democracy should be followed with every carefulness and vote counts, come and see what PDP will do in Enugu State.
But I mean,
because even the small boy that is in nursery or in primary school, all his slogans is power to the people. Power to the people.
But you know that this is beyond sloganeering, Honorable Dr. Nico Ozonsi. The PDP has been in power in Enugu for a long time. 2023 painted a different picture. That the PDP has lost much of its grip.
But I want to ask
just a minute, on the loyalty of the people. Do you think there is a sense that has been a revival of that loyalty?
Let me ask you a question before I answer you. Has PDP ever lost any election in Enugu State, from councillorship to governorship, to House of Reps to Senate?
I will take this to be a response to the question I asked you, because that's my duty here to ask questions.
Yes, go on.
I will assume that that's the answer to the question I asked, because if this is about popularity, the people are talking about good governance, which are two different things. You can't be popular, but you're not delivering the goods. Do you think that the PDP has delivered the goods enough for them to remain the dominant force in the Southeast?
Different administration in Enugu State or in the Southeast have different approach to infrastructural development or manpower development. I want to use this administration, the other administration, and that is from Sullivan Chime to this period. Go and look at what the government of Enugu State under PDP have been able to do, down to Ifeanyi, see what the governors were able to do, down to this current governor, Peter Mba. At times, people forget about parties and forget about party thing. Peter Mba has demonstrated under PDP that good governance could come to the people. I'm not saying, I'm not Peter Mba's fan. He never called me for anything, but I want to tell you that the whole world is looking at what the governor of Enugu State is doing without looking at anybody's face. Go and see the infrastructural development. He's not doing it maybe because he wants to follow the footsteps of his predecessor or whatever. He has done great. Time will not allow us if I begin to analyze the things he has done in Enugu State, on which I will use it to challenge any other governor, whether coming under PDP or under APC, anybody, and say, look at what the current governor has done. There's no governor. The only governor that tried it was Chimaroke Nnamani and, of course, Jim Hope, in what the current governor is doing in Enugu State. No matter whose source is God. Okay. So I'm looking at that governor who will come from APC or from any other to say, I want to challenge what Peter Mba has done in Enugu State. Because if I begin to analyze it, seems as if I praise him. No.
Okay, great. So let me paint this picture for you.
It's not about the
right from the regime of Chimaroke Nnamani,
yes,
that of Sullivan and that of Ugwai, each administration that comes in tries to renovate the schools. Go on. You can fact check me on this.
Yes, go on.
So they say they met the facilities in a way that is not befitting for the children to go to. I'm just giving you one aspect. Every single governor that has been in power in Enugu State had to do an overhaul of the educational system. Good. What does that say? Because the current governor is now veered off. He wants to do what's it called? Smart schools.
Yes.
But there were schools before. So what is the problem? What is the problem?
Let me tell you the problem. The problem is that in this millennium, there are innovations. Are you getting me? There was something I was sharing with some of my fans today concerning one technology called the laser beam technology, where you can use laser beam to be cutting trees and whatever. So those things were not there. We know about. We started with two-man saw, from two-man saw to dormer, from dormer to this laser beam. So you should not expect the old model of schools to remain. The governor of Enugu State has gone out in different countries and saw with a side that there's need to modernize the school. And that what gave rise to the smart school.
That's right.
The previous governors that were here, they were busy renovating, building new ones, making it look nice. So I think it's a good thing.
I am not interrupting you, but let me ask this question.
Yes, ask me.
So what happens if another governor emerges maybe in 2027 or 2031 and takes a look at the smart school and say, oh, there's now something that I need to do, that the schools need to be this and we're going to build space schools. And then he goes on his own educational reforms.
Okay.
How do you think that will pan out?
Provided whatever thing he's doing, he's leveraging on the current smart school technology.
But that is the problem.
I am coming.
The fear. The fear is
it's
not happening.
I am coming.
Precedents from 1999 is showing you that it will not happen.
Alex, have you been to Enugu State International Conference Center? Have you been there this year? Remember that it was started during the time of Chimaroke Nnamani. You remember? And other governors abandoned it. And when Governor Peter Mba came in, he took it up and gave it a new face. This is the things we're expecting from incoming governors. If there is anyone Peter Mba have done, oh, fine. If you are coming, leverage on what he has done. Modernize it if you like, or maintain the one he has done.
So the concern,
I am coming. You cannot sit down here and continue to envisage that somebody coming might abandon some of the projects. Are you getting me?
Honorable Dr. Nico Ozonsi,
yes, Alex.
It is a concern I'm sharing, and there is sufficient evidence that governors don't continue with the policies of the person they are taking over from.
Okay.
And that is the fear. And that fear has been shared by a lot of people. From 1999, they haven't followed the educational policies or projects of the previous governor. Is it possible that it will happen now? Maybe from 2027 or 2031, whatever the outcome.
As far as I'm concerned, 2027 is still pregnant. towards the 2031. They're all pregnant. It's only when those chiefs are down, we can now say, oh, this man has left the job that was left by his predecessor. We cannot begin to prophesy or envisage that by 2027, let us allow 2027 to come.
All right.
So that we can judge whoever is coming with what is happening.
As we await 2027,
okay,
what do you think that the PDP needs to do to dissuade maybe a Peter Mba if he wants to leave?
Well, I've said it times without number, that for PDP to succeed very well in between now and 2027, they need reconciliation. Reconciliation is finding out who have been hurt within or outside the party, who is not working in tandem with the party guidelines. Like when you notice that some people were clamoring for suspension of Nyesom Wike. And I stood down in this studio and said, if you have any evidence against him, bring it up. And nobody came out with any evidence. That was why in the last NEC meeting, they said they would have done this and done that. It is now that somebody is saying that he wrote something. They say a committee wrote something that they were, since after the election of, is it 2022 or 2023? So, if you have evidence against somebody who did something, discipline, but if somebody who didn't do anything, don't continue to speculate. Bring those people closer, talk with them, and find out what is their problem. Are you getting me? You cannot treat a case in the party in isolation. Maybe you choose two executives from the NEC or whatever. You say that everybody must come to the round table. Oh, please, we hurt you. We are sorry. The same thing will happen to our governor. If there's any way they have hurt the governor, or the governor come out to say this is what he's afraid of, all of us will come out. I've said it times with that number. We'll come out to go. That place they say people don't go, we can go there. Are you getting me, Alex? At least at my status in this state, I am not bragging. I was the local government chairman. I was a special advisor, to the deputy president of the Senate. I was a secretary, Federal Ministerial Monitoring Team, office of the Minister for Works under the presidency. At least we have moved around, we have seen people. They should create an enabling environment to enable us see who is who that is creating problem for Enugu State. But if you feel that you can do it alone, you can go on your own, we'll sit down as maybe the common people in the PDP. So let us, governor should identify the problem and let the stakeholders, let us know. Let it not be his fight alone. He's our governor. He's not the person that elected himself. We can go ahead and say, why are you people humiliating our governor? Why is this going this way? But be it as it may, they said that he who has long leg runs faster than the one that has a short leg. So let us queue up and watch what befalls the PDP between now and next month.
I think that would be a good place to stop it today. Thank you so much, Honorable Dr. Nick Ozonsi, for answering my questions on the Eastern Eye.
Thank you, Alex.
And that's the Eastern Eye for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Alex Obodo. Good night.